What is up, guys? My name is Chase, and guess who is switching platforms for the third time in 3 years? This guy. So I started regularly streaming on Twitch back in 2020. And after years of streaming on Twitch, I had definitely grown a lot as a creator, and I even had this really cool community, which I'm very grateful for. But in 2022, I announced that I would be switching over to YouTube as my streaming platform. I have a whole video on my main channel talking about why I decided to switch to YouTube from Twitch. You can go check out that video if you want to hear all of my reasons why I switched. But in short, I think that YouTube will eventually become this hub for a bunch of different types of content, including live streams. And also, I think I have commitment issues. Honestly, I like to try new things and I like to experiment. I really respect creators who go out of their comfort zone and do things that might catch some people off guard. So for me, I always try to think of different ways to do stuff. I hate getting stagnant. So for me, switching to YouTube was something new to try out. And after about 8 months of streaming on YouTube, I wanted to share with you guys what I learned and why I decided to go back to Twitch. So one thing I learned from streaming on YouTube is that live navigation is actually very difficult. I feel like there was a point where YouTube was really trying to make live streams on their platform more accessible for everybody, especially when some big name Twitch streamers are signing contracts with YouTube. But in the end, I actually heard from a lot of people saying that live navigation on YouTube is actually more difficult than Twitch. I know some people who just never knew when I was live, and there were also people who just could not find my live streams. So that's where I think it is a good thing and a bad thing that YouTube does offer so much different content. On one hand, it's great because all of my videos, my shorts, and my live streams can live on one channel. But on the bad side, it means that they have to balance all of those different types of content, and it makes it a lot harder for people trying to look for exclusively one type of thing. Meanwhile, on Twitch, it is dedicated to the live streamers, so it does make it a lot easier for people to find live streams because that is pretty much the only thing on Twitch. So with all of that being said, why the heck am I going back to Twitch? Well, I'm basically gonna repeat myself here and say that Twitch is a dedicated live streaming platform. And I think that just goes to show that there are positive and negative sides to everything. And in this case, I think the fact that Twitch only offers live streaming with a focus on gaming, it makes it easier for viewers to navigate the site. And at least in YouTube's current state, I think it is much easier to watch live streams on Twitch than it is on YouTube. And speaking of which, I think Twitch has built up all of these tools for both streamers and for viewers that are either much easier to use than YouTube, or they just flat out don't exist on YouTube. For example, in my opinion, the Stream Manager on Twitch is way more robust and useful than the Stream Manager on YouTube. And then also when it comes to subscribing and giving bits on Twitch, I think it's much easier than memberships and thanks and super chats on YouTube. So at this point, I just think the user experience is way more easier on Twitch that it's tough to justify expecting your entire audience to understand how YouTube works. So in the end, is it a good or a bad idea to have multiple platforms to post content onto? Well, for me, the cons of having multiple platforms is that it is very difficult to have your audience go across multiple platforms. I think my Twitch follower to YouTube subscriber turnover rate is probably quite low, and the same thing vice versa. So I don't know, at least for me, in a lot of ways, it feels like I'm building up this audience on Twitch that only lives on Twitch. Meanwhile, I have to build up this audience on YouTube that will only live on YouTube. And honestly, having multiple platforms to post on, it is just so much work. It is a ridiculous amount of work to try to get YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels, and on top of that, live streaming to Twitch. So in that sense, I can see why it might be a good thing to just have one single platform to post on. I realized just how easy it is to lose access to all of your content on a platform. If for whatever reason, Nintendo cracks down on using gameplay in YouTube videos, and then I get all of my videos taken down on YouTube, that would pretty much leave me with nowhere to go. So for me, I think by having both YouTube and Twitch, it at least makes my chances of losing everything just a little bit less likely. So there you go, I hope you make of this video as you will. I've sort of come around and come to the conclusion that at least for the time being, Twitch might still be a viable platform to be sharing content on. And now going forward, I will be doing a mix of YouTube live streams and Twitch live streams, which I'm hoping will be good for the time being. But let me know in the comments, what platform do you guys like streaming on? If you want to check out the video talking about why I switched from Twitch to YouTube, check it out below. For now, thank you so much for watching. My name is Chase, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.